A beginner's guide to Warhammer Vermintide 2. Enjoy the video. So, when you start up, you're going to want to pick a hero, obviously. Now, if you look here, you've got 5 different hero selections, okay? And then within that, you have 3 once you get to certain level. So I'll show you one that I haven't leveled up at all yet. So if you look here, the Battle Wizard, Sienna, at level 1, you can use this one. Once you get to level 7, you can use this one. And then once you get to level 12, you can finally use the Unchained. Now, if you notice on the right side, your passive ability and your career skill changes with each person. Now, what I'm going to do next is I'm going to show you what actually happens here, because you've actually got different traits for each character, which is really cool. But so right now, currently, I am using the Bounty Hunter because I like the ranged combat. I do like the hand-to-hand combat, just only when necessary, or if there's a bunch of mobs and stuff like that. Now, what I will tell you on your hero selection, just be mindful of, it's just an extension of who you plan to play as. For instance, you've got the Foot Knight, which is the last one, but Mercenary here is more like your tank. You've got a Ranger Veteran, which is more like, you got your careers and your survivalist, double ammo capacity, ranged. So if you think here, always check and be like, okay, well, I want to be a tank, but the second stage, I'm more of like a ranged invisibility, and then the third, I'm more like a tank again. Or, here is healing and then invisibility, and then here's just like a bunch of crazy magic. And then, just check them out. Check all 3 out, and then like, okay, I would really like, for instance, I'd really like to play as the Zealot. So that's why I'm playing as this guy. So just be mindful of that. And then once you've decided, okay, this is going to be great for me, then go ahead and click your character. Now, I'm going to show you, you can either hit H or escape. So H will allow you to change character on the fly. In the actual game space, there are a bunch of different areas in which you can, hopefully it doesn't look too off on my screen. I've got the frames capped at 60 because I don't want it to mess up OBS. But if you hear, you can go also do it in the little social space as well. But if you hit escape, you can do it here as well, okay? Now, if you hit I for inventory, it shows you, here's my hero's power. I think the max currently is 300. And then here you have a bunch of different weapons. Each character is going to have their own weapons that they can use for range melee. Some are going to be the same, so you can cross-use them like on different characters. Different heroes, I mean. And then, of course, you've got your necklaces, your charms, and then your trinkets. Always look at what it actually does for you, and try to me, I think it's more important, instead of focusing on power, I think it's better to actually focus on the properties. Currently, I'm just kind of using what's the max just so I can make it a little easier on myself, but I think it is better to focus on the properties. Now, let's see if I have a weapon with... If you see illusion, if it says an illusion, okay, you see here in purple right underneath Imperial Repeating Pistol, Repeater Pistol, it says illusion in purple. That just means the look of the weapon is going to be different. Now, back to the character importance. So when you pick your character and you're like, okay, this is going to be great, go into talents and take a look at your skill tree here, like once you get to level 5, 10, 15, 20, and 25, and see if that even helps even more. If you're like, okay, I like the character's main passive and career skill, but the actual abilities down the road, the actual passive abilities are not what I'm interested in, then go ahead and change your character before you get too set on, this specific way. So be mindful of that. You've also got crafting. And all you do here is, you pick materials that you want to craft with right click. This game will work with controller. I just honestly prefer it with keyboard and mouse. And to me, this is one of those things that I'm not good at with keyboard and mouse. I mean, I'm not bad, but I've actually gotten pretty good playing it. So try it out. It's really simple on controls. And then you can always change them yourself. But let's go back to crafting here. So once you've selected items and salvage them, it'll give you different types of material. If you looked here, you can craft an item like, for instance, if I wanted this flintlock pistol here, I'm going to go ahead and craft it because I've got the materials. I want another flintlock pistol anyway because I love this thing. So look, boom, I got a blue. Awesome. High damage, rapid fire, versatile. Power versus berserkers and power versus Skaven. Now, if you hold shift, you can see the maximum percentage of what is available. So I got 7 and 6%. I'm about 70 and 60% of the maximum I could have got, which, is not too bad. So I can always later down the road re-roll equipment properties. So I'll just go ahead and show you the flintlock pistol here, the one that I just got. I can re-roll for these materials. I'm going to do it just because. Why? Because I've got the materials I'm trying to show you guys. So here it is here now. So now I've got, now I have power versus armored 7% and power versus Skaven 10%. So I got the maximum possible on Skaven, and then I went from the other model of enemy to armored, which I actually like this better because I use these on armored enemies. Now, if you click here, you can also re-roll equipment trait. Okay. And if you go here, you can also upgrade the item to the next rarity. So if you look, if I click the blue item, it's going to cost me 50 of the materials. If I click the green, why is it not? Okay. It's 30. So depending on the item, depends on the cost of your materials. Okay. And then extract weapon illusion. That's if you just want to make it look different. Like, let's say I really like this blue one, but I had a green one with an illusion. I wanted to make it look that way. I could strip that and apply it to something else with here, apply the illusion. So just be mindful of that. And then when we're talking about salvaging, these are going to give you the blue crystals, the green crystals, the orange model weapons are going to give you the orange crystals. And then like your basic scrap is going to come from like these guys and stuff like that. So green is from cracking these, blue is from cracking these, obviously. And then orange is going to be from right here. See how this is orange? It's the rarity. Yeah. And if you notice, the orange has a special trait, explosive ordnance, increases grenade explosion radius by 50%. So I think that's the highest tier that I've come across, rarity of weapons or armor, so be mindful of that. Now, if you notice, if you look at my screen here, I'm just going to stop moving for a second. If you notice, I've got a purple bar, a green bar down at the bottom middle, and then above it, you've got a sword and a bow and arrow. So this is going to be like your secondary, your ranged, number 2, and then 1 is going to be like your melee weapon. Now, the purple bar is like what I would consider your super special ability not the passive, but the active skill. So if you use it, boom, it uses it. It starts regeneration. Underneath that's going to be the health bar. So be mindful of that. When you play, you will come across, and I'll show you in here because there are some available in here. If you notice these potions here, you've got 3 types: potion of strength, potion of speed, and potion of concentration. If I pick up this potion of concentration, I scroll to it and use it, just like you would shoot, you notice my super energy bar is healing, or excuse me, not healing, but going up really fast. So that's what that one's for. This one's obviously for speed, and this one's for all strength, all damage output. Now there also are see if you notice 1, 2, in slot 3 there will be healing. There will be a healing vial, which will heal just yourself, or you can give it to an ally with right click. Or on 3 as well, there is a healing book, which you can actually heal your allies and you don't have to give it to them. So if they're holding a tome or something like that, they want to pick it up, then you can go ahead and do that. Now, if you notice here, there's bombs. Okay, there's a regular bomb. It's like a grenade. And then there's an incendiary bomb, which is like, it explodes and causes fire everywhere. Now, if you look here, you can also go to your equipment in this location in the social space. And there's a few different things you can do in here. This is like your wardrobe. And then you've got doors you can go through and look and stuff like that. But it's not super, super important. I went ahead and mapped 2 buttons on my mouse so I could just click a button and swap weapons. That way, if I'm like on the bomb, I can just click it and boom, it's back to my primary weapon. Boom. I don't have to worry about scrolling. And also another thing I wanted to say, go to your options here and go to, it helped me, weapon switch scroll type, put it on clamp, because if it's on loop, then you're going to, instead of stopping on what you want, like if I go to the bomb, it'll just go right through all the way to 1 again and loop around, whereas clamp makes it stop at the bomb. So I can spin it real fast, get to my bomb, click my main button, and I'm back to it. Where I can use my potion and then, get back to it, just like so, right? Super simple. Now, I do recommend, this is what I did, and I recommend you do it as well. Come out here to this dummy. Once you've decided, okay, I've got this character, this is what I'm going to use. Okay, go out here and see what weapons you have, and then try their damage output, and just try using them, and then go ahead and equip what you like before you go out in the field, because I was using stuff that honestly just did no damage. Like, if you look, right now, I'm using the basic 5 power, okay? Basic 5 power, look, 3,200. 4,000, 3,200. Now the 4,000 is the crit, right? So I'm just maximizing what my character's potential has available. So if I went and changed it, watch this. So this weapon is a crossbow, and crossbows are supposed to do really good damage. Now, 5,250, not bad, right? 3,000, 3,000, 3,000. And honestly, they're harder to hit than with the weapon I was using, and it does the same amount of damage. The critical potential is more because the modifier that is actually on the weapon itself, if you look here, I've actually got crit power, so that's why it's doing way more. But now I don't have to use that TAM one anymore. I can actually use this one, and boom, 4,000, 3,250. So, I mean, I'm doing more with this one because it's got the armored potential. Now, if you right-click and aim, some weapons have special. So if like this one, for instance, is fully automatic. So just be mindful of that. But guys, that's going to be pretty much it on a little starting beginner's guide, understanding. Now we'll tell you one more thing before I go here. When you're actually playing, the green bar down below is your health. Know that it does not regenerate unless you have some passive ability or character that has a passive ability to heal. So you will not heal without healing potions. Know also that when you go down and you can be revived, that once you are resurrected, you will not have a green bar of health anymore. It will be white, and that represents constant drain, kind of like bleeding out. So it will drain automatically. You won't be able to it won't just stay at where it's at. Like if you're at 50% green, it's going to stay that way. But if they resurrect you and it goes to 50% white, it's going to drain all the way down to you have 1% health, and unless you use a potion, you're just going to stay at 1% health, because it's hard to come back from that if you're not helping your teammates. So make sure that if you see an ally that's using, white bar and you've got good health and you've got a potion, go ahead and give it to them. Be that good friend and help out a player in need. But guys, I hope you really enjoyed the video. I've been really, really enjoying this game. And if you have a PC, don't feel afraid to send me an old invite. It's great. It looks fantastic. Normally I run at about 100 frames max settings, and I'm loving every minute of it. But like I said, I'm capping it at like 60 right now. Hopefully it doesn't look too glitchy. For some reason, OBS just doesn't look right to me, but that's just how it is, I guess. Maybe it's my field of view, and then I'm going from 1440 to 1080. But anyways, guys, I hope you have a great afternoon, morning, day, or night, wherever you may be. As usual, Cursing Mushroom out.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching my video. Don't forget, if you really enjoyed this video, you can always subscribe to my channel with the little red bar in the description or comments down below.